I guess we started last week, last Tuesday, as far as camp, and just finished six practice. Last couple of days been in shells. Tomorrow we'll get our first day in full pads, and we'll have mix in a little bit of live tomorrow, some short yards and goal line. Kind of been getting a lot of our situational work done these first couple of days in pads as we get them ready to scrimmage on Saturday, but. Just grinding through camp. Guys have shown up. Really, of the 6 days, probably only one that I feel like we didn't really bring it like I wanted us. But other than that, they've come out and competed each and every day. So still just a lot to do, a lot to improve on. But they're putting the work in.
Talk about Gabe wanted to make a physical jump. The weight he's put on this last few months or so that you weighed in at, I think it's 210.
Yep.
How do you see that translating?
I mean, I think that's to be determined. We got to go. We're not going to tackle him in football in fall camp practice. So, I definitely think he's bigger, stronger, and all that stuff. He's obviously, he's just more experienced and just has more confidence to him out there. But I think that part of the game will be more as he plays the season, and I think that'll show up a little bit more. Hopefully, maybe whether it's finishing, with the ball and not getting the ball knocked out, or maybe breaking some tackles or pulling away. Those are the type of things I think where you see, hopefully some of his strength show up as opposed to where he was last year at this time.
Still good health-wise.
Yeah, we've got a few guys just getting banged up here or there, but just kind of part of camp. It's always going to be the case. We've got this guy here, guy there, but for the most part, still pretty good shape.
How's the competition in corner with Jaden and Shelton, and just Jaden sort of getting in that?
It's good. He's made a couple of really nice plays, but they're all competing. it's a good group all across the board, top to bottom. I like the group, like the young guys that have joined us. That's a really good group of young talent, rolling in here. Nice to get. Obviously, Tavoy was out there this spring, but now you got Gibson out there. He wasn't able to go this spring, and then Ashton coming in here. He's a guy that you notice every day as well. So that's three new guys that are in the mix to go along with those other guys. So it's a good competitive group. Strozier was another guy that wasn't able to do some things in the spring that now is getting back out there. So we like the personnel we have.
What stands out about Corian so far?
He's still getting his confidence, but just his size and his ability to run. He's athletic. He's a very conscientious kid. He's tough. He understands the game. So I think the biggest thing is just him. It's been since last year at this time since he, was playing football. So he got hurt early last year. So he just really getting his confidence where he can really trust it and go cut it loose. But there's a lot to like about him for sure.
Last week you said you couldn't wait to get your hands on TJ. What have you seen him through the first week or so?
Yeah, he's natural. He's a natural like I hoped he would be. He's got a lot to learn. It's a lot. It's a bunch of installation, 6 days of installation. So, but he's everything you want. He's just a natural when it comes to ball skills and things like that. But, he's got a lot on his plate right now, from a learning standpoint. But he's competes every day, and we just got to keep bringing him along, and I'll be excited to see him, get some live work this weekend. But, he's progressing. He's got a good group of guys out there. And mentally, I think he's getting better and better every day. Again, it's a lot. It's a lot on him, and it's the first time. And it's not like spring where it's every other day and installation. So it's every single day. And so, we're kind of keeping him in one spot right now, but he's exactly what we hoped he'd be. He's got great skills. He's got good change of direction, and he's just a great kid, man. I love his demeanor. I love his. Just his makeup, he's got a good head on his shoulders. He's got good self-awareness. He's just a he's just a low maintenance kid, man, that loves to play ball.
Bryant is he kind of followed up where he was in the spring.
Yeah, he's just further along. I mean, again, he's on his third round of installation, so this is the third time, and he's about 12 pounds bigger, stronger, and he's had a solid few days. There's been a few balls I'd like to see him be a little more consistent on some balls that we need him to finish on, but he's the same thing, just another great kid that just loves to play, and he's coachable. We got us two good young ones right there, man. But yeah, Wesco for sure is. I mean, he could go play today. He's got that type of understanding. Like, he knows what to do. He doesn't bust assignments and things like that. I mean, he's a locked in kid. But again, he's been here since January.
Coach, when you guys head over to Jervey Meadows, what's the different feel that you like to emphasize heading over there versus in a practice facility?
Well, first of all, there's no shade, there's no buildings. You just out in the open. It's exposed. It's hot as crap. It's not perfect. Just a little different mentality that you have to bring over there. And I think that's just a good part of camp. So just kind of. We've been here since last Tuesday, so it just kind of changes the scenery a little bit, challenges them. First day of full pads, first day a little bit of a live work. We'll do some live goal line and short yarders tomorrow. So just changes it up, and then we'll end up flipping practice on Friday. Thursday will be the way we've structured it. We're not going to be on the field more than 3 days in a row, so we've kind of tweaked that a little bit. So Thursday will be all meetings, and then we'll actually we'll take them out. I think we'll go out to the lake Thursday afternoon, and then we'll come back and we'll have meetings again Thursday night. So it's still a full camp day, but we won't be on the field. And then we'll flip the camp on Friday. That's another change. So we'll flip to morning practice. It's another change. It's all part of how we get them ready as well. And then we'll get into some double days. Now, we still got one more day. Tomorrow is the 7th day of the acclimatization period. So it's all kind of, part of our structure and how we do it. And then, like I said, we'll get into our first double day on Friday, true double day. And then Saturday scrimmage. Sunday is their off day, but we can still meet. So we'll have a couple hours of meetings, and then we'll have another big week, now double day on Monday, with a situational type day. We'll go back to the stadium on Monday, and then Tuesday another tough practice, and then they'll have an off day on Wednesday. And then we'll kind of crank back up and getting ready for our last scrimmage. I mean, it's going to go fast. So, you get 25 practices. So we got to be smart in how we get ready. And so far we're in a good spot, but just all part of camp. And then when we come back, we'll basically break camp. That Saturday, the whatever day that is, 17th. That'll be an off day. We'll come back on Sunday, the 18th, and that'll be kind of where we go game prep. So that you have 2 weeks of true game prep. So, and then we'll be back. We'll come back over here. So another added part of it, I don't remember who asked me the question. Another added part of it is by the time we do get back here, our fields are in great shape. And you kind of manage your fields a little bit through camp. Take a little bit of strain, a little bit of stress off of them. So it's all part of how we get ready.
Is there anybody, just looking physical or just development in terms of them, progressing through the offseason that has really flashed to you in terms of made the biggest jump?
It's just too early. I mean, we just got, it's all FUD right now. I mean, there's a lot of guys that I could give you but right now it's just too early to really single anybody out, other than guys that you'd expect, to be right where they need to be, like a Wood has, guys like that not really a surprise to anybody. But we got some other guys, but, we got a ways to go before we hand out any sugar.
You mentioned Messina kind of flashed in the spring earlier. How has he looked so far this summer?
It's been good. He's had a couple of really good days in a row. Made a couple of really nice throws today, a couple of really very accurate deep balls. I was really, pleased. I mean, like I said, he's had 2 really good days. So just got to keep going, all of them. I mean, I'm pleased with all those guys. I mean, they're, doing a nice job. Paul's getting, his work where he needs to get his work, so he'd be ready for us as our fourth guy if needed. But, a ton of reps going to those first three guys, and they all are very, very functional in what we need them to do. So I like their attitude and demeanors. They're coming to work every day.
Give an update on Ian Reed, just how his progression.
Yeah, I mean he's working with our twos right now at tackle. He's not where he needs to be. I mean, he's a kid that missed. He was in the hospital for a month last year. So he missed basically all last year and was very limited. But I will say this about Ian. Ian is a very committed kid. He's super talented. He's got all the tools. Big, he's strong. He's a good athlete, but he just hadn't played football, in a while. I mean, he's healthy, and so he just keeps showing up every day. But what I like, he really believes in himself, and that's, if you got that and you have talent, the rest will come for you. But still a little fast for him. But he's a guy that we just keep bringing that water every day. Just keep pouring it on him, and hopefully one of these days good stuff will happen.
How has Harris Sewell done sort of the pre-snap diagnosing and making the calls?
Good. It's good. Getting better and better every day. He's working guard and center and got good competition right there. That's going to be a good battle. We're getting some good depth. I really feel good about our three centers right there. And then but he gets better and better. And now that this spring was the first time that he really had to do that. And now as we go through camp, and it's every single day, and you're seeing a lot of looks, and you're making a lot of calls and stuff, and he's really gotten better with his snaps. I mean, he's just been because I don't even notice him. And honestly, last spring it was just the first 2 or 3 days that I noticed him, because he just wasn't as consistent with his snaps, and then he really kind of picked it up. But I haven't really, all of them. I mean, our snaps have been, in 6 days, we've been incredibly consistent, regardless who was in there. So that part's been good. We've had no real exchange issues. But Harris, smart kid, knows ball, and he'll be fine where we put him.
Coach, a lot of the seniors that we've talked to, a lot of the players are saying it feels different. Everybody feels closer this year, more connected. Do you feel that, and what do you think might be the reason for them feeling that way?
Well, I think how we finished last year and what they went through, got a lot of guys back. And I think we all get shaped by what we go through. And there's a bunch of kids on this team that finished well last year. I think they carried that into the offseason. And I think there's just really good leadership, a lot of experienced guys that have really taken upon themselves to lead. And so it's definitely a close team for sure. And that's how we've won around here, having a group of guys that will line up and play together, and you got a chance to do a lot when you play together. Everybody, one heartbeat, with a singleness of purpose, and these guys have bought into that, and we'll hopefully when the season's all said and done, we'll be able to look back and say, yeah, that was that close team. That was a difference for us. Yeah, Jarvis has been out the past couple of days, got a little banged up, but so he hadn't been able to get many reps. But man, I'm pleased with those guys. They're all three, Keith, Jay, and Easy E. I will say I'm super proud of him, because he had the furthest to go from where he was in the spring, and man, he just looks like the game has really slowed down for him. So I'm proud of him. He's just not making as many mistakes. He's playing faster because he's more confident in what he's doing. And then Keith is, I just kind of put him in his own category because he's just different. But, he just makes plays. He makes plays, and he's a tough kid. He's more athletic than you think. He's strong as an ox, and his confidence is really, really high. And then, Jay Haynes is you just notice him every day. You notice him every single day. So it's been good to see him, out there. And I'd say the same thing. He flashed last year. There was things I saw last year that we all saw that you went, okay, to the point that we were going to play him. And then, he was out. And then he wasn't able to go in the spring. So it's been encouraging to kind of see what I thought I saw last year. You start to doubt yourself. Well, see a guy for a while. And so it's been encouraging to see exactly what I thought I saw. But I'd say the same thing about him is as easy. He just looks more confident. He just looks more sure of himself. So it's good. It's a good group. Maffa's leading the way. It'll be fun to watch him compete all through camp. It'll get fun once we, start doing some live work and we'll see how it all shakes out.
Coach, when you mention that closeness of the team, and it seems like kind of a thing that you would understand, well, it's more important to have a close team, but where do you see that showing up in the differences that makes in winning and losing football games to have a close team like that?
Well, when talent meets talent, it's got to be more, right? Those are the things that make a difference when talent meets talent. Sometimes you can just be better than somebody, but when talent meets talent, it's going to take a little bit more. And it's just that simple. You got to be yoked together. The Bible talks about it too. Two can accomplish more than twice as much as one. We've won here because 2 + 2 = 8. That's how we've won. Where they always say team beats talent when talent isn't team. I don't know who said that, but this is true. It's a very true statement. When you have a group of guys who love each other, do football life together, grind, bump, sweat, eat, train, lift, run. When you do all that together, man, you get close. When you really truly care, you can go and give a little bit more, and that's what it takes. Like I said, when you get to, especially with a team like we're going to open up with, it's the best team in the country. So they'll have as much talent as anybody in the nation. Not going to show up out talent Georgia, that's for sure.
How's Walker Parks holding up?
He's good. So far, so good. I think he's still gaining his confidence now that we've put the pads on, and now he's really having to truly anchor with this pass protection, and now it's force on force, collisions, contact, all that stuff. So I think he'll just continue to gain some confidence. So this will be a big week for him because it's been a while since he's played football, and again, he's got to gain that confidence and that trust. And again, you just got to go do it. You got to go practice every day like it's a game. Just it's the only way you can be prepared when the game comes. It can't be different on game day. Can't be different. You gotta prepare yourself in practice, and that's what he's in the process of doing. So tomorrow again, another big full day, full pads, full speed pass rush, full speed inside, some live work. You gain your confidence from doing so. I think if he can continue to battle and compete and hold up, then I think his confidence will continue to be where it needs it to be.
What level of consistency have you seen from the kickers, Gunn and Hoosier?
Yeah, I'd say Hoosier's a little bit ahead right now. They kind of go back and forth. Robert was up first couple of days, and then we're just whoever's up after each practice, that's who goes out there first. So they're just kind of competing. They were kind of right there together, and then I think Hoosier finished. I think Hoosier went out there first today, and I think he finished first today. So we'll see how it is. We're going to let them compete, and we'll let it all work itself out. But both of them battling hard, but I think Hoosier. I think he ran out there first today, and I think he finished the day still in first. So I think one was 3 for 3, the other was 2 for 3, and so we'll let them keep battling.
How has Khalil Barnes have looked from his freshman year going into his sophomore season? How has he kind of evolved as a player?
Yeah, he's good. He's just very confident, very conscientious. That's why he was a great player last year because just how he prepares. So he's just one of them. He's one of those young guys that, really handles himself like a pro. He just about his business all the time. Prepares, shows up to practice with the right mindset and spirit. That's just kind of who he is day in and day out. Not that he's perfect or anything like that, but that's just how he handles his business. And we got several guys, especially in that young group, that I would put in that category.
Anybody else for Coach?
Punt return, kick return, a few options. Who were you thinking about there? Who stood out? Anybody new? Maybe you guys have done it before.
We're looking at all of our guys. The usual suspects. On punt return that you'd think, but we're looking at some of these young guys, and but not made any decisions yet. We're just kind of evaluating all of them.
Coach, have you been watching any of the Olympics, and if so, do you have a favorite event or moment from the Olympics so far?
Men's soccer. That's all I watched. I wanted to watch basketball today. It wasn't earlier today. I didn't get to see a single minute. Did we win? Yeah. Good. All right. I didn't get to see I like to watch the basketball, but I didn't. I forgot about it till right now. But the only thing I've watched is soccer. I watched Tanner. I watched them. I'm really proud of him and how he performed and how the team competed. I mean, they went a long way for the first time in a long time, so that was cool. I've used a couple clips. I used that clip on the 100-meter. Because it's one of the things we talk about all the time. It's not just effort. It's effort with technique. You're talking about 0.005 thousandths between winning a gold medal and not. Well, that's the margin for difference in, winning some football games too. It's inches. It's milliseconds. It's a false step versus a good stance and start. It's a punt getting blocked because you step under, as opposed to taking the proper footwork and losing ground to gain ground to get your block. It's that small. So that I've had a couple things to teach off of, but I mean, we're in camp, so we're here all day, every day. Go home, go to bed, rinse and repeat. Let's go again. That's kind of where we are right now.
I know it's been a while now, but what's it like to have Jeff Scott so nearby in Clemson but not in the building with you?
Is it light?
Yeah.
He lives 2 doors down from me, so it's fine. He's loves what he's doing. He's having a ball. Anybody looking to build a house on Lake Kiowee, call Jeff Scott. He's your man. He's ready to roll. You owe me for that, Jeff. He's doing great, man. He's having a ball, and he's got a lot going on. And he's coaching his kids, and but yeah, see him, and he was out of practice the other day. I got a chance to see him a little bit, but yeah, he's 2 doors down from me.
Last week, I guess.
I don't know.
He said that the morning after the Tyler from Spartanburg ran, that you texted him at like 7:30 and said, "How's the home building business?"
I don't know if I can affirm or deny that. I don't know. I'm not sure what kind of state of mind I was in. I don't know. I'm not sure if he's lying or telling the truth. He'll make up some lies on you, and he's a funny guy named Scott, so they got some jokes. So I don't know. I know how to build, though. I can do that. I'm a good builder.
It's not you to not remember anything.
I know. It's selective amnesia.
You mentioned one of the practice, your team had one of the practices that you didn't really like, I guess. What kind of, went wrong in that practice where you felt like the effort should have been greater?
I just didn't think we coached to practice the way we needed to. Just simple as that.